Welcome back to the Hennisphere, everyone, and welcome to a very busy Saturday at Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. I've got a lot of updates on rides today, whether that be the new DC rides or ride closures. Well, look what we have here in the parking lot. We have the monorails for the Metropolis Transit Authority. How cool is this? This is in the corner of the parking lot where normally school buses, field trips and whatnot park the larger vehicles. We can see, looks like the front or maybe the rear. I'm not sure which way these are going to be facing. They're all labeled. Looks like this one over here has been put together. It's got the wheels on right there, and there's a lot more over here around the corner. Then there's a crane that's probably going to help lift these onto the track, which was just completed in my last update. If you watched last week, the track is done, and you can see that the other pieces that are left here in the parking lot in the staging area are the actual monorails themselves, and they're getting put together when the park is closed. So I will keep y'all updated each week on how this looks here in the parking lot, what items are staying and which ones are leaving. We'll see what's left in here week by week. There's more pieces over there. I'm not quite sure what these are, but there's quite a lot of tubing, and it looks like almost water misters is what those look like. Very interesting. And would you look at that? Goliath is open. Well, the repaint on Goliath is done. The trains are the same color. This is one of the reasons why it's so busy today. Zachary Corporation is celebrating their 100-year anniversary. That means thousands of employees were here earlier today, probably for some extended park hours, early entry, and later on they opened the park for the general public. But the employees that got in earlier are still here. So there's a massive crowd here today. Over here at Kid Flash Cosmic Coaster, you can see that there's actually some damage to the track over there, or at least to those LED panels. You can see the cover is off right here, and then over here there's some scrapes, as well as right here in front of me. You can see that there. And there's also a cable on the track right there. Not sure exactly what happened, but doesn't look like much work has been done. Another update for the Metropolis Transit Authority is these green lines you can see running along the side of the track. Those are for conductivity. Those are conductor rails for electricity to flow to the car, the monorail itself, to power it. And those have been installed all the way around. The contact rails have. There's little fingers, or I call them skates, that fit into the grooves there, and the skates are attached to an arm, and there's usually a spring attached to it, and that is attached to the monorail. So those need to be cleaned, usually on a daily or weekly basis, but progress is being made, and we'll see in the coming weeks if they bring the monorail trains into the park. You can also see that there are lights in the center of the columns for the Shazam Tower, and the cables that were holding it last week have been removed. And down here there is a shack that is under construction. I believe that is going to be the controls for either the Shazam Tower or monorail behind it. And then you can see more groundwork is being done. Lots of things are dug up. There's going to be more concrete poured. Lots of progress made. Over at Batgirl Coaster Chase, this sign, I believe, is new. I don't believe that was there this week. We can see on this side of the kids area, that the water is back in the pond because work is finished on repainting Batgirl Coaster Chase and finishing the monorail. Over here in Rockville, they have a full-size Demogorgon and lots of Stranger Things and Fright Fest merch, which is pretty cool. It's all along the back here. You can see like the Annabelle doll, House of a Thousand Corpses, Chucky, different Fright Fest things, and then Stranger Things official merch. Some Hawkins merch. Really nice to see this. Over here at Wonder Woman, the line is all the way through the switchbacks and halfway up the entry queue. No, thank you. That is probably an hour wait right there. Now, other companies like Zachary that rent out the park are Toyota and HEB, and I'm sure companies like USAA also rent out the park from time to time. And usually what that entails is they get an hour or two or maybe half a day of early access to the entire park or half the park. And depending on how many people show up, it could be 5 to as many as 10,000 extra people in the park for employees and families. So that is why the crowds are massive today. Wow. Poltergeist is running pretty slow today, if I'm being honest. Last week when I rode it, it was hauling. Here is the backside of construction of the monorail. Shazam Tower there. They are really packing in the rides here, and I love it, honestly. There's so much to look at. Once these rides open, the skyline will have changed with 3 towers now in the park, including Scream. And it looks like, I don't know, maybe December, they might be ready to open all 3 rides. Over here by Supergirl's Starflyer, they have planted all of these new plants by the new Daily Planet store, which is open. So let's go walk through there. Wow, it is very nice in here. Lots of mugs, lots of hats, lots of new t-shirts, lanyards, superhero merch everywhere. All of the rides and superheroes are represented. And there is the new entry to Superman Krypton Coaster. How awesome. This is probably the coolest wall here with all the Funkos and the limited edition stuff. There are puzzles, bigger Funkos. Over here, they even have 1/10 scale Batmans and Wonder Womans. Wow. As you can see, these are the most expensive things here. They range from $200 to $400. Wow. I think this is the longest line for Dr. Diabolical's cliffhanger I've ever seen. Usually, there's maybe 10 people standing outside of the entrance to the show building. But here, yeah, it's a solid 15-minute wait outside of that. And who knows how packed it is up at the station. Oh man, Roadrunner Express is currently down. Not sure what the issue is, but bigger news, Iron Rattler is closed for the 5th week in a row. I'm not sure what's going on with it, other than it's something to do with the lift hill. And the more I look at it, coming through the trees here, the more I really don't see an upper sprocket wheel or the chain itself. So I am not sure if it has been removed. but it's hard to see from this angle. If it's not there though, it's gonna be a long time before this reopens. Well, that's gonna be it. A rather short day at Fiesta, Texas on this Saturday. The lines are just incredibly long, but it is nice to see that one ride has reopened in Goliath. We'll keep you updated on for Iron Rattler, and on the channel, you can expect the first coaster ranking video from Silver Dollar City to come out sometime in the next 2 weeks, and then they will be every week after that. So please like, comment, and subscribe, as it does help the channel. That was another day in the Hennisphere.